Okay, how are we doing out there? First things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. I'm the creator of luminous 4K screen paint using ambient light rejection, technology gain times 2, 3, and 5. Today, I'm going to show you how to make something really cool. You're probably wondering what this is. I get a lot of my, actually mostly all my ideas come from God. You know what I mean? A lot of people realize that all my ideas come from God. I'm not going to give myself credit for something that's not true. So anyway, let me show you what we got here. So you're probably wondering, what is this in my hand right here? All right, so I had a few deep holes in my screen, the one I painted in my gamer room, which are actually starting to get on my nerves, and I didn't have any putty in the house at all. We usually keep putty in the house, we do a lot of painting, but I didn't have any putty in the house, so God always gives me interesting ideas. So walking to the store, I was thinking how to make my own putty. Pops up in my head, if I use toothpaste and flour, this would make a perfect putty. And guess what? It works. So you can try it for yourself. It works. There's no measurement. You just basically just pour a little toothpaste there, add some flour to it until you get a kind of like a kind of Play-Doh texture to it. That's basically about it. If you put too much in it, too much flour, it does get it does break up. As the stuff starts to dry, it does harden. So I'm going to show you where I used it at. So I got it right here. I had a very deep hole here. This is all dried, and it's all dried, nice and dried. I know I should sand this down, but I don't really care about that. That's not really going to affect the screen. What's going to affect the screen is that deep hole there. And I had a couple of smaller holes in here that were noticeable. Every time I would watch a movie on the screen, I would see these little smaller holes. That right there, I actually caused that when I actually did the styrofoam screen, but I'll be painting that in. So I'm going to go right back over again with the gamer paint. Keep in mind, like I said, if you're doing a screen and you happen to get something on the screen you don't like, you can actually sand down that part and then basically just go back over with your gamer paint and you're done. So this right here is the toothpaste, and that's the toothpaste and flour putty that I made over here. And like I said, very easy to do. All you got to do is, like I said, put a little toothpaste. You know, it doesn't make a difference. The more toothpaste you put down, keep in mind, the more putty you're going to get out of this. So I put down just a little bit, mixed it up with some flour. Any kind of flour will work. Doesn't make a difference. Just has to have some kind of a stiff texture to it. That's basically about it. And once it's done, that's it right there. So you know, you have some people that may think this is kind of stupid. They'll say, why don't you just go out and buy putty? Well, if I go out and buy putty, I would have spent like, and I had toothpaste laying, everybody has toothpaste laying in their house, and flour's cheap. You can get flour for really, really cheap, you know, just laying around, you know what I mean? So I have flour in the house anyway, and I have toothpaste, so, you know, I did it for free. And sometimes putty can cost you $4 or $5, depending on what you get. You know what I mean? You can pay $3 or $4, but like I said, it's easy to have. If you don't have it in the house, and you happen to have these two ingredients sitting in the house, you can just make your own putty and be done with it. Alright, so, over here, we got our roller, one I used yesterday. And we got the gamer paint. I'm going to put some of that down right there, like so. And I'm going to roll over the surface. Alright, get my roller up and going. Here we go. I'm just going to redo my area in the screen where I basically went over with the putty. And it was just this really deep hole I had in there. Just had to cover it up. Well, later on I can come back in with some more putty and just do it again, you know, because I made it myself. I'm just going to go over these little holes I had in the surface that were irking the daylights out of me. Alright, and I got a couple areas right here. Let me go get a little more on our roller. There we go. Getting it real good. And I have one here on the edge. I don't want to get the wall. Make sure I just get that roller real nice. There we go. And I got another one right here. Right here. That's another one I did. There you go. I think I got all of them. If I did any more here. Alright, so I'll put some more on the roller. You don't need a lot. Just hitting all the areas I might have did a little putty on. And there we go. That's basically about it. But my main concern was here because I had a very deep hole right there. I'm not worried about that because once this stuff camouflages, once it paints, it's gone. It's not there anymore. All right, like I said, for anybody else, I mean, if you want your screen to be perfect, sand down the wall. For me, it doesn't make a difference. Like I said, this stuff camouflages everything. That's just me. But for you, if you want a perfect flat, sand it down. If you have one already, re-drywall. It's up to you on how you want to do it. I have some people come on, like I said, I got to cover all my bases because I have a few people that come in and say, well, you know, no professional person does paint should have a wall looking this way. You know, it's up to you on how you want it. You know what I mean? You don't have to be, some people think that, you know, you have to paint a screen a certain way, you have to use a certain roller. That's a bunch of nonsense. It's a bunch of nonsense. You don't. You really don't. Alright, so let me come over here and power on my projector. Alright. But I had this really, I mean, it was a deep hole. I could really see it. When I was sitting down, I could see it, you know. And I have no putty in the house, and even if I had time to pick a putty, I don't because I'm on a very busy schedule, so I don't have time to go out and pick it up. And wife was looking at me like I'm crazy because I'm in the kitchen with a tube of toothpaste squirting into a plate with flour, and she's like, what are you doing? I say, well, you know, God gave me this amazing idea to make my own putty using toothpaste and flour. And if somebody else came with the idea before me or whatever, you know, it's still a blessing. It's still a blessing. Alright, so let's let this get ready to get powered up. I think I got it playing through my computer. Oh wait, I got the video on. Okay, here we go. The video's playing. Hold on. It's not bad. Now if I want to overlap it, because I didn't overlap, I kind of pushed it in. If I want to overlap it and then basically just, you know, you don't have to do any sanding because pretty much it breaks away. I think I have sound here. I got my turn it on. Okay.
Audio link.
Pretty sure. Let me see if I got my sound on mute. I gotta have it put my sound on mute all the time. There we go. Now for those who want to ask, this right here is our gaming screen paint. I have this painted directly onto my wall. I'm building a really interesting frame around the screen, so it's not done yet. It's still work in progress. But like I said, being able to have that hole there, not anymore, because I can see it from over here, that just feels great. And then the fact that, like I said, very easy fix, just putting a little toothpaste and flour together, and I had my my putty. And keep in mind, I just really did not want to spend the money for a larger container of putty when I was just going to use it for just that little bit of spot, the little spot over there. And as always, in a full lit environment, the projector, if you're curious, sits back around 12 feet. I measured the room last night, it's around 12 feet. And you see my wall has a lot of imperfections in it, but like I said, with this paint, it camouflages just about everything.
Team need to get things done. With Monday.com, it's easy, fun, and simple. Just add the workflow that suits you. Whether you're a small...
Alright, hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. I'd like to thank you all for watching. You try it for yourself. Like I said, it's just toothpaste and flour. I'm pretty sure they've done it already on YouTube, but like I said, it's fantastic. You know, God gives me ideas on how to do all kinds of interesting things. And I thought it'd be interesting. I mean, I was thinking about like flour and toothpaste. I wonder how that would actually work, like for a good putty. And it does. It's a good fix for if you have any holes in your screen. And apparently I had a deep hole in that screen right over there, and it worked out fantastic. Instead of me going out and spending like $3 or $4, I spent $4 or $5 for putty. You know, even at a $2 container, if I'm just going to use it for that one little spot over there, it's just great that I can just make it myself and not worry about spending the extra money. So just an extra, it's just a nice little something to have on hand. Some other stuff on here, that's all. I'm going to take off my other overhead light. Alright, thank you all for your time. I hope you have an amazing day or night, depending on where you're at. Also to update really quick, I'm going to add some updates in here real quick. We have a launch date and a label for that Superior spray-on screen paint. Launch date, official launch date, it's going to be around April the 29th. We are going to have pre-orders starting on the 22nd of February. So just because I want to make sure we do this crystal clear, because last time I got accused of some pretty crazy stuff. But anyway, pre-orders are going to be on the 22nd. This is to make sure you just get your hands on the paint. We're only going to have a limited amount available on the launch date. The official launch date is going to be on the 29th of April. The shopping carts for pre-orders will open on the 22nd of this month. Alright, so we'll begin ship out on the 29th, probably a little earlier than the 29th. Those who pre-order will probably begin shipping out probably on April the 1st. So you'll get yours before everybody else gets theirs. We'll do, like I said, we're going to do an early launch date for pre-orders only. That's what we'll do. Early launch date for pre-orders only. As for that promotion we had for first 20 who came in and placed orders, that's filled, that's done. No more slots are available. Alright, I'd like to thank you all for your time. Have a blessed day.